funky music. Hello everybody, welcome to VR Master League. This is week 6, and this is the weekend, or at least getting into it right soon. So, on the casting booth for you today, I'm Palidore, camming and casting, and this is going to be a match between Ares and Arctis. So, looking forward to this. Again, getting those European matches in just personally this week, getting more of those in. Been a little while since I've been able to do some, so this makes a third day in a row. I'm gonna keep going until my voice breaks. And believe me, we're getting there. But I'm excited to see what these teams provide here. This is my first time streaming these two teams personally. But they have for Ares, they have been streamed before. For Arctis, not quite the same. This is gonna be their stream debut. Granted, as a team, they've only been around here for a couple weeks, so. First game was on the 30th, so this is the first stream and the 4 games that they've played as of today. So, that said, hello to everyone in the Twitch chat joining in. Saw Sador starting off there. You get the honors of being first. Red Rider, got Flute Freak. You got Kieran, Quotai as well, Maving Ding, Watchdog. Waffle Broth. I remember Waffle Broth. Seems so long ago that we were just having conversations in the third person. Probably because that was just last night. But nonetheless, welcome to the stream. See Superhero and Meowla, as well as Glitz and John Texas Hada. Pally Oof. Is that the name of the day? See, isn't that the beauty of the name? You can just add so many different things to the end of it. Depending on your mood and depending on what I say. Sometimes it's Pally Dad with the dad jokes. Sometimes it's Pally Oof with the cringe. You never know what you're gonna get with me, but you can be assured you're gonna get something. All right, so teams have ready now, looking like they're gonna start. And all right, here we go. So round 1 set to begin. We have. Waffle Broth, in the game as well. So here we go. Now, let's see who wins its first joust. It looks like it will be indeed this side of Rissi. And Ares going on the attack here, or Arctis rather. 2 of those A names. Gotta not mix myself up. But here, mixing down the floor, some good boosts actually coming in pretty hot from both teams. The first shot taken, just dinged here as Woodsy just gets stunned out. Now, forgive my pronunciations on some of these. You know how it is. But over here on the grab off the boost, I'm pretty impressed by the speed so far. Unfortunately for them, a little misgrab, so it's going to be taken here by Ricey? I'll say Ricey. Sounds good. J for Jack, though, trying to go for the goal. Unable to do so. So we have XJC Games over by the outer edge of the bubble. Now down on the floor, it's J for Jack again. Now over to Dave, and Dave gets the shot. 2 points here, starting him off. It's Meowla saying it's so Rice, Witherspoon. I'm not sure, but with a mic, I'm gonna keep trying to get it right. All right, so now launching into that tunnel. And getting it on through. That's going to hit off the top ceiling here. Be taken by Run and Gun, but nope, Run and Stunned from J for Jack. Going over now to Smokey Mist. Smokey just redirecting around the Geo and trying to direct that disc into the general vicinity of the teammate. Unable to do so, but we'll get the gather instead. Take it right back and now finds a nice pass to Jack. So now taken here. Oh wait, did they switch sides on me again? That might have been the case. Sorry if so.
Blue gets their hands on it.
So let me fix that for you. That's the case. All right, so taken here by Ricey. And yeah, Ares is indeed there as they get the score as well. All right, Smokey missed with the disc and the shot. Apologies for that. They, when I wasn't looking, they switched sides again, I think, compared to where they were in the pregame. Either that or I'm just silly. Could be both. Like I said, a little early for me. You're going to have to forgive the little errors because I'm only human. But anyways, over there to the tunnel. Woodsy with that disc and going to send it through on the clear. Right into the blue, getting stunned. But there's the stacks again. Collecting it is Dave 13. And Dave just handing it off there to the midline. So Smokey missed, taking that away. Pally saying, or Glitz saying, Pally, you're a silly man. Yeah, sometimes. Also depends on how much sleep I get. But over here, it's going to be taken down by Waffle Broth. Good to see Waffle Broth in the game, not just in the Twitch chat, speaking in the third person. Although it was pretty entertaining last night, I must admit. So J for Jack here, going to the red logo. Going to miss the hands initially, but we'll gather it eventually, probably. And does indeed. There's Smokey Miss handing it over to the boots. And, oh, taking it out there is a Waffle Broth with a waffle stop. I was going to go with something else, but I'm sure you know why I kind of stopped. Anyways, J for Jack is going to go to the bottom trench here and taken by Ricey. I'm still not quite sure, but very nicely on the soft pass. It's not going to reach eventually, or will reach eventually. Smoky miss, I should say, going down to the bottom of the floor. Taken here, the defense playing pretty aggressively right on the disc holder. 3 of them, in fact, about to be surrounded. So up high, they're going to go for a grab. There's Dave Butts. Not going to get that for too long thanks to the stuns. So run and gun and Woodsy there. And over to the shoulder, J for Jack. And he got that shot. Not too shabby. So Aries there finding the first goal. Or J for Jack, rather, finding his goal. And we'll be 6 points up, about, what, 4 minutes in? 4.5 minutes in. Someone's saying you want my denim mask. No, get your own. I got it off Etsy, if you want to go look for it. That's right, Etsy. Not our sponsors, but Etsy. Over here, it's a run and gun. Getting it stolen and slinging it over to the side pass. There's Jack again. He has some options. Really nice spacing here. You can see kind of lining up down the middle and barrier, bow tie. They have a lot of good spacing, and J for Jack is going to go back on the attack and the ding and the dunk, and took an extra attempt, but you know what? That's all right. Still got the assist to Smokey Miss, and found the 8th point there for Aries.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, so Rizze. I'm just trying to make sure I got that right. Sounds good. A. A. I'm Australian now. Too many OCE games I've been casting. So Smokey missed over there to Dave. Dave by that nest. Arctis still trying to get some points going. They're playing, again, pretty aggressively on the defense. They've had a nice save in there. There's that goalkeeper about to be stunned if not careful, but Waffle Broth does get it out just briefly. Up to the top now of the wedge. It's going to be taken by a run and gun, and he better run. But nope, it's going to be taken back now by Smokey, but Smokey getting smoked, and back into the tunnel it goes. So towards that wedge, towards the trench, these teams looking for a stack, some light boost coming through, a nice duck-through move actually coming in from Woodsy. So Woodsy, a fake, has a couple of passing options, goes to the nest, has 1, 2, but off the head instead. That is tough. So into the midfield again, though they may have a rebound. It's going to be very closely contested here. Rizze coming through. I like it. Waffle Broth. You'll like to see that disc and try to work it up the floor. Needs to be careful for the mist behind. But just missed him. So taken back from J for Jack, and J looking high, looking for maybe a clear and boost potentially, recognizing he has a teammate, up above and below. But Woodsy gets a disc back and sends it to the left side. It's going to bounce right down middle. Needs to be careful. There is a gamer over there. Games rather, but he is a gamer, and oh, that's not very gamer. Well, nonetheless, taking it back is Rizze, and once more is Waffle Broth. They are down by a player, however, in addition to the 8 points, so this is going to be very tough finishing out here, perhaps in the first round. Less than 3 minutes left, so trying to get that disc back now. If they can score being down a player, I'd be super impressed, in fact, but at this point, I think, especially with a player down, definitely need to bring their goalie out to midline, or into the front line rather, because they're down by 8 points. They do not have a lot of time, so playing too defensively at this point is just going to really allow Aries to maintain control and not have to really worry about too much pressure, as they do pressure very tough on the shot and gets it right through. So Smokey missed. Puts them up by double digits now. That's 10 points.
7, 6,
Shout out to Steel Skydiver as well, stopping in. Good to see you. Lots of the stream regulars here, as well as some regulars maybe I'm not used to seeing at this time of day, but glad to see you just the same. Yes, it definitely was not very gamer on the crash. Now, interesting enough, they didn't opt for any kind of restart, tech timeout, or anything like that, so just running with the 3v4, which is going to be tough. I know that the time isn't exactly conducive to a likely comeback, as J4Jack still keeping them scoreless. That was a very good looking play. I mean, a decent opportunity right down the middle, but just a fantastic defensive save there, snagging it right out. Now, all things considered, they're holding their own pretty well, especially since they're only 2 here on the front line. Again, I think that's kind of making it tough here for the side of Arctis, because they're not able to really have any more than that single passing option with the very deep backliner. So without the restart or without the fourth, need to be super aggressive here if they want to start scoring. Now back off the ramp, it's going to be taken eventually here by Wood. Woodsy just has it intercepted now by Dave. Dave anchoring over there at the popcorn block and sending it way across to Jack. Jack has some options behind the backboard. Looks like he's going to go for it. There it is, but no, another save by Waffle Broth. So the defensive hands, the defensive stands from Waffle, he's had a few good saves already. But now they need to get here into the front, lest they be held scoreless for the remainder of this round. 30 seconds in, or left rather, and they're in the tunnel trying to gather that disc. There's a Smokey miss, the clear, and it's going to be sent right back. Now, time winding down will be a first round win for the side of the blue, which is to say Aries.
orange clears it out. 15 seconds remaining.
So chance maybe at one more score, about 10 seconds left. That's going to sail past, but get right into the hands there with a slap. So you have Woodsy, you have Games, and going for the shot, but unable to convert, and very awkward restart time there with 2 seconds left. Okay, well, I will still consider that probably the end of the round. Just a very weird restart timing is all. But anyway, super anticlimactic, isn't it? It was 10-0 on that. Well, that's going to be interesting to figure out. Let's see what they do. My guess is as good as yours. But regardless, that still will be the end of the round. No time to do anything, even if they do, for some reason, restart at 2 seconds. Will be 10 points there. So a late restart. I'm not sure if it was because maybe Aries didn't activate the restart fast. I'm not really sure. So if that's the case, and for Arctis, they initiated a timeout a lot earlier than that. That may be a problem. So I'm kind of running on the assumption, though, for now, that was the end of the game, or end of the round, rather. But I'll wait to see if I get any communication in the League org channel. Otherwise, like I said, my guess is as good as yours. That's right. You, too, can be a caster for VRML. You really don't need to know much. I talk a lot. Doesn't mean I know much. Just kidding. Sort of. Depends. See, part of the casting process and casting these teams I haven't casted before is getting to know more. It's the fun part of it. So, yeah, I have no idea. Steel Sky, no idea. So these teams figuring out something, but unless I get communication from them, I couldn't tell you what the case is. Of course, for the moment, I don't know who actually initiated a restart and when is the more important thing here. In the next upcoming API update to the game, I guess there will be a display for teams who restarted and such. But until that update comes, the only way I really know who restarted and when is if I get a ping or if I happen to catch a player going into the tunnels and hitting the button. But we do have the 4th player back, so in the meantime, we're just going to roll with whatever this is. But over to the Twitch chat. I saw some questions earlier. What was it? I saw Pally's Addison asking if you're a regular. You're a regular in my mind, in my heart, and I guess you're in the stream, so yes. And actually now losing a player for blue team. Aries. No idea. So double timeout. Who knows? But yeah, I would assume. I imagine like after the first crash occurred for Arctis' side, they because the time was already winding down. It was what, about 2:50 or so, I think, around the time of the crash on that score, a little under 3 minutes. It was already, I think, 8-0 at that point, perhaps 10-0. So I don't know. I was just kind of under the assumption that they were maybe just opting to not restart and, you know, playing for the next round, maybe saving their timeout if they needed it next time around. But I couldn't tell you. In any case, for the rest of the day, or at least for the next few hours, there are some more streams coming up. This will be the only one for this particular hour, but at the top of the hour, we've got ourselves a really entertaining and no doubt hyped up match between Vertigo and Smash Dash. It's going to be about, what, 45 minutes from now or so. 43 minutes, something like that. And yeah, it'll be streamed here on this channel, Vertigo and Smash Dash. I'll be casting and camming that as well. Another hour after that, we have Atlas and Paragon. And then an hour after that, we have Scuffed and Nunt Esport. So a lot of stuff upcoming. Now, that said, still haven't really gotten anything, so maybe at this point I'm just going to ping the teams myself in the League Org channel. But I guess on that note, friendly reminder, if you do have particular issues that you have to restart and, you know, expend time on, make sure you communicate with casters and or moderators in the League organization channel of the Discord. Discord, brought to you by Discord. Right now, this is indeed Discord because we're so in the dark. But all right, I tag them. We'll see if I get some news. Kieran saying, I'm excited. You're excited to hear me commentate on 2 seconds of gameplay. I can promise you it'll be the most entertaining 2 seconds you have ever seen, if that's the case. Mainly because oh, here we go. Doing some dubstep on the floor of the disc. What is this? This is Schrodinger's disc, I think. That's a team in North America, by the by. But nonetheless, another crash out. I mean, there's 2 players gone for Ares now. So I'm not sure. You know, talk about the god of war. He's taking out these players at the moment, left and right. Maving Ding saying, the cameraman. I'm the cameraman. I'm also the casting man, but cameraman too. Sometimes. Today I am. Alright, so got a PM, a DM on Discord, but still no clarification on what it is. So therefore, we are in stall mode. Luckily for you guys, I can talk a lot. Unluckily is that I'm not trying to talk a whole lot, so I don't break my voice box, but at the same time, worth it maybe. Will be, again, more matches coming out through the day, basically at the top of each hour, so another one 40 minutes from now. A lot of matches as well in the Americas, and even one or two in OCE much later that will very likely be casting. All things considered, it's not the most jam-packed day of the scheduling. And I say that there's still probably 25 matches or so, but I don't know. Compared to normal, compared to the 30 matches or something, or 35, this is not too bad. But we do have at least all 4 players back in the match. Still haven't heard anything otherwise. They've left me in the dark behind the door.
Blue team ready.
But yeah, for those also who didn't maybe catch some of the matches last night, the many matches we had last night and yesterday, all throughout, in fact, there are a lot of entertaining ones. I'd recommend checking out some of the VODs on Channel 1, especially. That's where they were all mainly cast. But there were at least 1 or 2 OTs throughout. There were several round 3s. There were several end of the round, game-winning or round-winning shots, those kind of things, where it's just 1-goal differentials over and over and over pretty much all evening and afternoon. So definitely recommend checking that out from yesterday. Those Thursday matches, I think they're labeled there on the VODs. And, oh, now that's even more interesting. Now the countdown audio is apparently broken. Well, with that said, here we go. Exactly, announcer, exactly. So this is the second round, apparently. You're welcome to it. Dave 13 with a disc here for Aries. Okay, I think we're good. Probably, maybe. So Dave 13 gonna roll in with it, dishing it down to the bottom and up to the top. Some nice placement there from Rizze. And Aries is gonna get the first couple points as a result. I guess I'm gonna have to do the countdowns for you. All right, so launching out here, taking the disc is gonna be Games XJC, or just JC, I suppose. Not to be confused with JZ, that's me. No, it's not. J for Jack here in the bottom of the floor, though, by that wedge, is going to be encroached upon by the defense. Just dodging through. Ooh, ankle breaker. And now maybe the shot taker, if he can get the disc. Rizze back with the disc here, having it snagged there by Smokey. Smokey trying to find the nest pass to Dave. A little fake just to freeze out the defender, but look at Waffle Broth right back again. Doing some work on the defensive end. That is a handful of handfuls for Waffle. All right, so to the blue zone. Aries, couple of players in the goal, so maybe miscommunicating, not able to actually get the disc. Both going for the bubble, but I take that back, because you know what? So did they. They took the disc right back. There's Smokey, missed to the bottom pass here by the pocket, off the wall now. And tangling a little bit with some punches and getting stunned out. So Woodze through the woods, and maybe would have been good, but nope, the bounce right into the hands of Dave. Dave right to the bottom of the floor, that mid-zone. It's Jack with the disc rolling it up. He has a cross pass available, has a couple crosses and a couple hot boosted players right up there. But trying to play this patiently now, going for a nest, maybe a self pass. Why not? Getting the goal. Rizze with a vision. And the self assist of sorts. It works out. Why not? Why not? Oh yeah, right. 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. Here we go. 4 points for Aries. Now, I haven't actually heard the timer break for the spectators' end of things before. Interesting. Over here, though, taken by blue team for Aries again. It looks like still scoreless in this second round is Arctis, trying to figure out what they're going to do on offense. I mean, their defense, they've been playing some good bubble defense there, and Waffle has gotten several saves now. But as is the case with a lot of these teams, just getting into the scene and such, always I recommend, the spacing and trying to, especially once you get the chemistry down and get solidified, start bringing out the goalies a little bit there as the shot does go through for Dave. Because with 4v4 and, team play in general, when it comes to the offense, you want as many passing options as you can. So even if you do have a backline or a midfielder, it's not that you have to bring the goalie way into the front line by the opposite bubble or anything, but you can bring them into, the tunnels or the double diamonds, stuff like that. And that way, if you happen to need kind of these reset passes, you can do it. It's kind of your panic button. So if things get too cluttered in the front line, you have someone right behind who's oftentimes going to be free to just get that and then calm things down and then go back into your offense. That said, with a lot of offense and a lot of spins, getting stunned out for the efforts, though, was Jack. Now taking it eventually was Woodsy. So Woodsy going for a run and gun on the clear, the boost. Some good regrabs here, a handful of them, and some good stuns as well, but Smokey missed it, still able to get a clear. partially. It's still going to bounce to the trench, so taking it at the trench. It's run and gun. Some trench warfare being played here against the Gods of War, but still back to Rizzy with the pass over to Jack. And Jack looking for a bounce, and that's going to go right to the awaiting hands of Waffle. Waffle getting that partial clear, bouncing into the tunnel, and now retreating backwards into the goal as it gets stolen. Now back again to the side of blue, it's Smokey. Smokey checking behind before he does find that nicely placed shot just on the outer reach of the goalkeeper's hands. An inch off, and that would have been perhaps much different results. But now 8 points on the board, 1 player down from Ares. And oh dear, war continues to be ravaged on the server side. But JC Games over at the bow tie, maybe now seeing if they can convert on some offense, trying to punish here a little bit maybe. And will be stolen out though from Rizzy. So grabbed out the outer edge of the bubble. It's going to be Waffle diving off. And now taken here, sent over to JC. Asking what the score of the first game was. Yeah, Kieran's correct. That was 10-0 on that one. And run and gun, maybe getting their first goal. No, couldn't quite convert. With that said, J for Jack is back in the server. So back to a full 4 momentarily here for Ares. Arctis, in the meanwhile, some nice passes. See if they can get it through. But nope, just right behind, snagged out by the defense. And immediately going for that stack. Chaining together, and now breaking the chain just a little bit. Gonna be grabbed up high by Jack, and Jack bouncing it a little too high as it floats back towards the awaiting hands of a few different players. So piles about to form, it looks like, as the tap goes right to the bow tie. Now back to the side panel as some more piles form up here. A lot of punches and just a lot of pile ups, and now kind of splitting up between the two teams. Trying to find the clear and find those boosts again. So there's another nice set of grabs coming in. JC just barely overshooting, but getting it the second time. Gonna roll into the goal, but denied by Smokey. So very tough. It was the second time, you know, they've gotten some decent looks just right on the goalie, but maybe shot taken slightly early could have been the case. Either or, the good defense definitely wasn't a bad shot attempt by any stretch. It's just better defense at that juncture. And that said, the offense at this juncture, going through the junction, and Dave getting the 10th point, and we're right back to where we were in round 1 around this same time. So kind of matching the output here, scoring-wise, for Team Ares. But yeah, in the first round, some issues today. All right, so through it goes to Jack. Addison asking, what's my favorite team? I have none. Well, caster, we're not supposed to have favorite teams. But even then, realistically, it's just out of 170-something, almost impossible to have a favorite. Right here, though, that's going to be a most favored shot from Dave 13 with 12 points on the board now for Ares. Waffle saying the headset died. Oh, the battery? Well, that's unfortunate. Very much so. 2:24 left in this match. And going to launch out, so I can assume maybe. Just going to finish this out here. 2 minutes left on the clock. And that's going to bounce every single corner of the wall. And finally find the hands of Dave coming out the tunnel there. Now going into the tunnel, that is. But right through the hands of Smoky Mist. So as it bounces high, bounces to the side. The goal is momentarily exposed, but Run and Gun is there to get it back. And J for Jack. Oh, the sneak attack. And going for the shot off the backboard there, right on the dot. But still going to be taken back, rebounded, and great pass. Rizzy to Jack. 14 points here now for Ares. And Arctis down by a player towards the end of this round, which unfortunately was also the case towards the end of the first round there for the last couple minutes. So kind of a numbers disadvantage for about 1/4 of this entire game. So don't like to see it, but when it happens, it happens. Just very unfortunate indeed. So definitely a feel for Arctis on that one. But with that said, Ares has played very well, either or, 4v4 or otherwise. With the shots, it's Dave assisting Smoky Mist. and they're up to 16 now in this second round. All the meanwhile, it's Amazing Ding subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much in the clutch. Appreciate that. And all the support. Thank you, thank you. With the Hallie Cough mode. There you go. But now an intercept there, going to be rebounded at the barrier. Maybe, maybe not. Will be taken back by Jack. Jack directly into the goal and putting some power behind that one. Kind of the full wingspan being shown as he wound that around to end this round just about. 28 seconds left. William asking, do I like Fortnite? So, you know, I never played, even during the peak Battle Royale days, you know, I mean, obviously still a popular genre, but when it was super, super popular and it was like the rage, as right now they rage for the goal off that joust, 21 points to end it. But, you know, I never got into Battle Royales, really, for the most part, until late. I downloaded Fortnite at some point, played my first game, and believe it or not, I actually won my first game of Fortnite. Decided that was it. I peaked, and I retired. But yeah, so going to the score screen here, I'll try and get both the scores actually for you. So it was a 10-0 in that first round, now 21 here in the second. But yeah, kind of tough goings there for Arctis. They had, you know, Waffle Broth seeing in the chat there, definitely, you know, had some great saves. You see 4 of them on the scoreboard, but then, you know, for Arctis, unfortunately, they had the multiple tech issues and dropouts there towards the end of each round, so made it very tough. But, you know, you can see there, you know, slight stun advantage going the way of them as well, but just on the whole, it was pretty relentless from Ares. You know, they did not give up on any of the plays. They got a very large percentage of the shots taken there, keeping it on the orange side of the floor, essentially, and not really allowing too much headway to be made into the blue side. So with that, it was 1 steal and 20 stuns for Run and Gun. It's Woodsy with 1 save, 1 steal, 17 stuns. Got 4 saves there to Waffle and a couple stuns, and then for JC Games, it was 26 stuns. Meanwhile, for Ares, it was 11 points, 2 assists, 2 saves, 1 steal, 8 stuns. Nice stat line there from Dave13. 8 points for Jack, captain here for Ares, and getting, again, some nice outputs with those 8 points, 2 saves, 13 stuns as well. Rizé with 4 points and 6 assists. Like the assist numbers, always like the passing plays, and 1 save and 4 steals as well to match just the overall effective effort there from Rizé. Now Smokey missed as well. Can't miss him. 8 points, 1 assist, 2 saves, and 20 stuns. So all around, everyone putting some points on the board there, and 3 out of the 4 players putting up assists. Everyone getting some saves. So big effort from Ares on this win. Now to the next match, which isn't going to start for about 25 minutes from now, so we will actually end the stream momentarily, but it will be Vertigo facing off against Smash Dash, and that's going to be a much anticipated match as always. You know, between these master level teams, you know, top level competitive teams in this league. Vertigo and Smash Dash have been doing it for a long time. Smash Dash especially, but I mean Vertigo's players just as well. So anytime you get these super experienced teams facing off against each other, you're gonna get some great plays and you're gonna get some excitement, suffice to say. And to the Twitch there, appreciate you guys watching, and again, thanks for the Twitch Prime there from Amazing Ding. And just as well, see Sky's Angle following a few minutes back. So appreciate that. Thanks for watching and viewing. Waffle Broth in there saying, Waffle Broth sad. Waffle Broth bad. No, Waffle Broth, no. So yeah, first of all, had some amazing saves. Only thing I was kind of recommending on stream, just in general, is, you know, moving up to the midfield once your team's on offense, things like that, just to give back passes. But you know, there were issues there. I can understand that. It's always tough, but no, not bad whatsoever. You know, effective effort, certainly from Ares, but you know, you guys had some good defense. It's just the offense, which, quite honestly, as I always and often say, is a much more difficult thing to actually work on a lot of the times. Just because offense, once you get it, it's a lot more teachable than defense, right? It's hard to teach defensive instincts because a lot of defense is about instincts and just knowing where and how to position out and stuff like that. It's difficult for a lot of players. I was never good at it. I mean, you know, I played a lot of competitive and was successful at it, sure, but I was never a particularly great defender. Decent brawler and such, but I mean, when it came to just straight up guarding players or saving shots and things like that, was never in my repertoire. So any players who can get that done and get it done on the defensive end like that do deserve a lot of commendations. So I think, you know, just reviewing footage and finding the offensive positioning and passing plays and things like that. That's all that needs to be added, and then all shall be well. Trust. But, all right, so anyway, until next time, which is to say 23 minutes from now, I've been Palidore. This has been VRML. ML. I'm realizing I'm not enunciating the M quite as much as I should. So, VRML, and this has been Mighty Swell. I'll be back at the top of the hour with Vertigo and Smash Dash. So until then, be happy, healthy, safe, and see you again soon.